Bears-Niners. It's no secret Bears offense has been struggling all year, but their defense has been really good for the most part. Well, in this one, Brock Purdy absolutely torched their defense. And this isn't the 49ers from last year that moved the ball with ease all year. This is a 49ers team that is quite injured. They've been struggling to move the ball quite a bit. And the Bears just... There's a lot of problems with how their defense is being called lately. There's an abundance of issues here. There's defensive players in conflict that the Niners picked on and took advantage of. There's coverages that don't relate to receivers. We're seeing some spot drop stuff that just you can't run effectively in the NFL, especially against a quarterback like Brock Purdy, who's just going to pick that apart. And then there's some matchup and personnel issues too going on for the Bears that the Niners picked on and really exploited. Play one here. Bears are just going to play some cover one. So that is man across the board. And then off the screen here, there's going to be a free safety who's playing deep post, middle third. And then you have a hook player in the middle here who is watching crossing routes. Now, there's nothing wrong with this call, or there's no player in conflict on this one, but you're going to see a terrible miscommunication, which leads to an easy first down on 3rd and 3 here. So Niners drop back to pass, 5-man protection. As the back works out of the backfield, Edmonds has him in outside leverage. So it looks like the middle linebacker here supposedly has the middle hole and should be helping Edmonds here. Now, the problem is there's a little miscommunication between the middle linebacker and Kevin Byard. Kevin Byard looks like he's actually trying to pass this crosser off to the middle linebacker, and then he's going to nail down and become the hole player. So this is a one cross or one switch call. There's a couple different names for it, but essentially it's cover one, and then when you get a crosser, you pass it off to the inside hole dropper here, which is the middle linebacker, and then you take his place. Now, as the play continues here, there's a clear miscommunication. This linebacker's eyes are on Purdy all the way as he continues to drop towards Kittle. This kind of seems to throw Byard off as he settles in because there's nothing else threatening him inside. If there was a clear communication, the second Byard dropped this off, he needs to nail down on this right away. He doesn't. Also, if you look, Purdy doesn't have the ball out here. Kittle is wide open. This defender has eyes all the way on his receiver. This is a big completion if he wants it. So just a terrible miscommunication here right off the bat early on in the game on a 3rd and 3. Purdy's going to take the easier throw here to the running back, and we have an easy first down. So communication issues early on. Okay. Later on the same drive, Niners are inside the 10-yard line in the red zone. I'm here in motion. Walk it through. Okay. Big thing for me, I don't like my corners being edge setters in a defense. This end here is head up on the tight end. Yes, he can flip his hips and get outside, but if we were to run the ball outside here, this is a difficult play for him to make one-on-one. That leaves a corner one-on-one with a running back. That's a matchup I do not like. That's a structural problem for me. Also, we're going to talk on a different play where players in conflict are shown more drastically. This is another one. We have linebackers that need to worry about the run here. As Purdy runs a hard play action fake here, it's going to suck the Bears backers up because they have to respect the run. They have the gap to fill. This is in the red zone. Now what's going to happen is you get a crosser coming back the other way. This safety is now split in half because there's no backer to help out. And we have an easy pitch and catch for a touchdown. A couple ways that we could work around this, right, is if this end expanded, now Byard can just fill. He doesn't have to worry about this. And this corner is sitting with his butt here at the goal line and just sitting on crossers. Now we have it dealt with. But because this corner is close, he can't react and get there in time. See how he's trailing? He's not going to get there in time. So you need to do something of that nature, or the 49ers are going to take advantage of players in conflict all day, which they do here. Safety split in two. This corner can't get there. Byard is in conflict because he has to read run here and inside the 10-yard line on 1st and goal. Why wouldn't he, right? That's not a dumb play by him. It's 1st and goal. There's a very high percentage chance of runs. So Bears not setting up their players in the red zone to be successful. Okay, another 3rd down, 3rd and 7. Going to bring a little 3 to the side pressure. So we have our end going outside. We have our defensive tackle working across. Then we're going with a safety and a backer. So we're getting a one-on-one with the backer and use check in pass pro. Then we have our defensive end working outside, our D tackle rather, sorry. And then our defensive end is actually going to drop, and we are playing some 3 under, 3 deep. Safety is off the screen here. Nothing wrong with the pressure call. Problem with the execution of the coverage. Now, defensive coordinators, you'll often hear them say, players catch the ball, grass doesn't catch the ball. So what I mean by that is within coverages, you always want your defenders relating to routes, not dropping to grass with their eyes on the quarterback. Quarterbacks are too good now for defenses to play spot drop coverages. They pick you apart. Brock Purdy is really good at this. You can't play these coverages. He's going to find the open space and hit his man for wide open receptions. It's pitch and catch. So you're going to see here, as 52 drops, he hesitates because his eyes are on Purdy the whole way. Even though Kittle is dropping right into the hot spot, the pressure doesn't have time to get there at all because he's just standing and watching. At the snap of the ball, he needs to be running with Kittle and needs to take this away. Edmonds needs to do the same thing. Now, again, I'm not in the room. I don't know specifically his rules. Typically, because this is to a 1 receiver side with the corner locked up on this guy, he's probably looking for the back to leak out. Fair enough. But if he wasn't just staring at Purdy, he needs to show some better recognition here. Juszczyk is clearly staying in to block. Who's the next eligible man that can catch the ball? Well, it's Kittle. I should probably sink into this area. This was their number 1 target on the day, with Kittle over and over again. I probably want to get into that area because my guy just messed up. I got to make him right. But because both guys are just staring into the backfield, Kittle's going to settle down. That's pitch and catch. We got another 1st down when we shouldn't have, because we actually had a pretty good drawn up pressure here. But Purdy got the ball off within 2 seconds because we left his best player wide open in the middle of the field. So you can blame that on these two here, but this is how they're coached to play this. We need to tell our players to relate to routes and not have our eyes in the backfield. All right, 2nd and 4. We have another example here of Bears putting their players in conflict on run pass. So 2nd and 4, 2-by-2 formation here by the Niners with a tight split to the right here with Pearsall and Kittle. Bears are going to run a little Sam blitz. Safety's going to come down. Looks to be 3 under, 3 deep again. The other safety's off the screen here. He would be rotating to the middle of the field. So problem with this call again, Tremaine Edmonds right here is going to be in conflict. He has a gap to fill against the run. Against pass, he needs to cover the middle of the field. The Niners anticipate this happening. You get the guard pulling to pull Edmonds down because he needs to fill now. George Kittle runs right by Edmonds, right to a vacated spot in the middle of the field. We got a big gain. Defensive coordinators, the best ones, always say every single play in their playbook, every single call has a check or something of that nature to make sure that no player is ever in conflict. You need to do something that sets your player up for success. It is second in medium. Kyle Shanahan is a very good play caller. Shanahan's one of the best play callers in the whole league with violating rules of defenses. You have to combat this. This is pro football. You have to be better than this. This Bears defense is a very talented unit. Jalen Johnson is a top 5 corner in the league. You have good safeties. Tremaine Edmonds, who has just been hung out to dry multiple times, is a really good middle linebacker. He's really rangy. He's a great athlete. He can cover, he can defend the run, but they're not putting him in a successful position rather, to flow and make plays because he's constantly in conflict. It's really a shame that obviously the Bears offense has struggled all year, but now their defense is starting to look like a complete disaster. And it's not that they're giving up because they're 4-8 and now they're 4-9 after this game, as the Niners put up 38 points. 38 against a pretty good defense when they've been struggling offensively quite a bit with all their injuries. It's that there's a structure problem with this. And when you have such a talented unit early in the year, the Bears defense made up for that because they have such great athletes and players everywhere. But these guys are not in position to make good plays because of the calls. You got to do a better job as a coach in putting your guys in position to win. Bears aren't doing that. It's happened with their offense all year. Now it's happening with their defense. So anyways, guys, that is the 5 plays we're going to go over. If you guys want me to go over any other team's defenses, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys.